That is why our focus today is on how the BJP has increased its vote share in all the southern states except Karnataka. The BJP won 8 out of 17 seats in Telangana. That's our first question that we are asking, and BJP increases vote share by a whopping 26%, and guess what? It bettered its performance from last time when it got just 4 seats in 2019. But you know what? The story lies in the manner in which it increased its vote share by nearly 26%, and now it's at 35.8%. The last time around, it was merely 9.19% of the vote share. You know what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do this show in sections, right? I'm going to go across to the experts first and speak about the reasons for this tremendous surge. What was the reason in Telangana? Was it the complete washout of the BRS? Was it the Narendra Modi impact? What really explains this surge, as it were? Vijay Grover, senior journalist, is joining us. K.S. Prasad, political analyst, is joining us. S. Venkat Narayan sir, senior journalist, is also joining us. And Adarsh Uniyalam, author and researcher from Kerala, is joining us. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. Mr. Prasad, let me come to you, sir. Considering that, you know, we've done a lot of stories together and on Telangana. What do you think is the reason, sir, for such a whopping vote share gain that the BJP has got in Telangana, Mr. Prasad?
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening to the co-panelists, and good evening to the viewers. Ma'am, as far as this MLA elections are concerned for the state, that time itself, BJP strongly given their foot, and they said very clearly that the more than 35% vote bank they are about to take as far as Telangana is concerned. And the continuous war towards elections are concerned, they are thoroughly annoyed with BRS, and this particular time they want to show the doors. And if they've been kept outside the doors and they realize what sort of mistakes they have done and all, if they have been considered as far as this MP elections are concerned, definitely their stand towards people and stand towards their attitude will never change. That's why the punishment attitude of Telangana is clear and evident, and they've given substantial vote share to the respect to BJP, more than 35%. This is the first ever time which was taken place in the years together. Under the shade of Telugu Desam, BJP may use to gain some seats, and the mirror reflection of Musi River is concerned, they used to have 4 minimum seats they used to dominate. Now the syndrome has totally changed, and as far as Adilabad, Nizamabad, certain pockets are concerned, including Khammam also, they started their roaring angle and all. It is not the question of Modi and the Modi vibrations will take in Telangana and all. The dimensions of individual characters, as far as Raghunandan, D.K. Aruna, and people like some other cadre like Bandi Sanjay, etc. are concerned, they have been the fighters, and particularly the Etil Rajendra. We are very much aware of the gentleman, what sort of fighting spirits he had towards Telangana, Udyamam and all. When it comes to Telangana, the people's second choice, the thorough, annoyed situation towards BRS, there's an option left over situation for the people around is only BJP.
Right,
That's
Mr. Prasad, that's what, before you go on, let me also tell the viewers that, you know, the BRS is completely decimated in more ways than one. What Mr. Prasad was going to talk about. Let me just throw some data at you. You know, it saw such a sharp decline in its vote share that in 2019 it was 41.71%. You know what it is now? 16.68%. That is the reason, I think, one of the biggest reason, because of, you know, it becomes then a pretty much a bipolar contest, I guess, between the Congress and the BJP. And no wonder, look at the surge in the vote share of the BJP in Telangana. It's right at the top, which is almost, you know, 26% increase. I mean, that is something. It now stands at 35.8%. I mean, that's the kind of vote share that it has got. Mr. Prasad, I'll come back to you. Let me also go to the other guests. And Vijay, you know, tell me something that, you know, every vote share, of course, is very different from the seats garnered. I mean, of course, Telangana, they've got seats. But my concentration is on this surge, as it were. You know, Mr. Prasad was talking about it. But can you say that we'll park it on one basic reason? Please, Revant is a newly minted chief minister. Okay, he's just come in, 6 guarantees, etc., etc. But this is not the assembly election. This is the general elections. And of course, Is it the decimation of the BRS? Is it the court cases against BRS? It is about dynastic politics in the BRS, that the people had no option. They were here or there, and they went and voted for the BJP in large numbers. Of course, they did not reflect in the seats. Is it because from tripartite kind of a contest, it's now become bipolar?
Sudha, as far as the rise of the TRS is concerned, we've seen it from the Telangana agitation. The agitation which was, so dominant in the university area, then, the kind of agitation where the students had taken lead, it was somewhere down the line, it was hijacked by the TRS at that time, and it got the windfall profit of, the revision of state, which happened at that time. And I'm sure Mr. Prasad will also remember as to, when the students were on agitation in Hyderabad, they would not even let KCR come to their protest spots. And, that was a kind of, anger that was there at that time. But however, KCR managed to play the emotional card and got to power as far as, with the formation of the state. And this is where we saw the rise of BRS, which was actually on the, I would say, the way it finished off the Congress in the state, that was where the BRS grew. Now, after that, we've seen the resurgence of the Congress, but, after the Congress has grown and it's come to power over here, the BJP's growth is come primarily on eating on the KCR's vote bank. And that TRS vote bank, which otherwise did not evolve, and we're seeing the decline of the regional parties happens when they don't move beyond their family, when they don't move beyond the dynastic card that they play. And that is where we have always seen that, be it any regional party, even at the time of Mulayam Yadav, we saw that, when moment Shivpal and Akhilesh were given prominence, the party had slid badly. But it is, the evolution that Akhilesh has done, where he went beyond his family, we've seen the rise. So it's a lesson for the BRS. We are saying that if they've come down to such a bad shape today, it will be the task for Kavita and KTR to actually revive the party, get back to the grassroots, and move beyond family. And that's something where, we are seeing that the BJP has always filled the vacuum wherever it is found in the southern state. And that is where we are seeing the BJP rise, be it in Telangana, be it in Tamil Nadu, where the vacuum left by Jayalalitha has been filled by them.
All right, I'll also go to Mr. Venkat Narayan sir and Adarsh ji in a bit, but when we are discussing other states, but I want to go back to Mr. Prasad. Mr. Prasad, do you think it's a trend? It's not going to change for a long time now, the vote share that the BJP has got. Yes, no seats. But the thing is that they have now, because the BRS ceded space, the BJP came and sat there, sir, and it's a reality to contend with. Would you agree?
No, the thing is very clear. As far as in Telangana, BJP situation is evident. Before the general elections of state is concerned, the time they have not dared to arrest Kavita. That was the reason they have, instead of getting so many seats, they got very less number of seats. That blame has been ratified and they have arrested Kavita. That's why the monotony of BRS has been gone into the vein, and suddenly the increase of vote banks towards BJP has been there. If you allow a single penny to BJP, they create wonders in respective states. They are emerging the way they are emerging in every state. Always some parties give some sort of opportunities to them. They know how to utilize their best opportunities in respective states. Particularly in Telangana, unnecessarily they have been created a space for them. If you really look into the general elections of corporation, the time the agony of BRS has been diverted to BJP. That time itself they have given a golden opportunity to BJP enter and spread into the respective states.
Are there any areas, Mr. Prasad, are there any areas, we have named Bandi Sanjay, we named, Arvind Dharmapuri. These are all star campaigners. Now Itala Rajendra also, who's got a past with KCR. But, these are the Kishan Reddy, these are the big stars. Do you think there are areas which the BJP have now captured? For instance, when we talk about Karnataka, we talk about coastal Karnataka. For instance, if I talk about Tamil Nadu, I'll speak about Teni, Tirunelveli and, Coimbatore. Although they haven't got seats there. So I'm asking you, is there any areas? Go ahead.
The thing is very clear in Telangana. They got an opportunity to Bandi Sanjay to spread the wings to entire state and added flavors like Raghunandan and Etel Rajendra. These two are the prominent leaders at the time of Telangana Udyamo is concerned. So obviously people's trust and belief towards Etel Rajendra and Dubbaka is nothing but an added flavor. That's why they added a lot of wings as far as BJP is concerned. Particularly the entire credit to be given to Bandi Sanjay because the way he has spread out the BJP in the entire state. If you really look at the prosperity of a respective community, like BC also is another added flavor. When Telugudesam is totally vanished in the favor of BC, that flavor is added to BJP and that's why they're able to spread their wings properly.
So I think now we need to turn our attention towards Tamil Nadu, which is the second state that I'm going to focus on. You know something, no Prime Minister before Modi focused on Tamil Nadu the way he did. The installation of the Sengol, the Kashi Tamil Sangamam and the multiple trips that he made. The BJP was very gung-ho in Tamil Nadu because of K. Annamalai, who it said had energized party cadres. But the BJP lost badly, and when I say that, I mean it is a 0 this time around. Okay? But the story is, despite the defeat in all 19 seats, the BJP increased its vote share to nearly 11% from 3.62% when it contested 5 seats in alliance with the AIADMK. Look at that. That's the plate. Please put the plate up for Tamil Nadu. Once again, BJP's vote share surges from single to double digits. What does it mean? Let me go to the experts. What does it mean for the future? What are the real reasons for this? Yes, they got no votes. But then look at the vote share. No more will it be, oh, single digit, single digit. They have done it to double digit. Of course, the guests are the same. Vijay Grover, K.S. Prasad is with us, Venkat Narayan sir, and also Adarsh Yoniyalam. Let me now go to S. Venkat Narayan sir. Venkat Narayan sir, look at it this way. None of them made it, sir. Annamalai, PMK, Soumya, Anbumani, you know, none of them, Nagendran, none of them made it. But look at the way it has jumped. And in certain areas particularly, they are saying, you know, Coimbatore, they've done marvelously well. The vote share has increased. In Theni, they are saying. In Tirunelveli, again, let me repeat. For those who may jump at my throat later, I know. Even TTK Dinakaran did not win. But the point is that the vote share. Do you think that the BJP could do this because it severed its relationship with AIADMK? And sir, Venkat Narayan sir, in some places, they've pushed AIADMK below them when you talk about vote share. For instance, Tamilisai Soundararajan sir.
Yeah. See, now every 10th voter in Tamil Nadu is voting for BJP. Earlier, as you said, 3.66 in 2019. But, maybe next time when there are assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, they might improve, they might win seats like it happened in Odisha. You know, there was a talk about the BJP teaming up with the BJD and fighting elections, but the local people, opposed that vehemently, and look where the BJP fighting alone has unseated our friend Navin Patnaik.
I'm sorry, Venkat Narayan sir, I'm so sorry, but we have a breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, in a shocking update, CISF personnel Kulvinder Kaur has allegedly slapped actress MP Kangana Ranaut after she was apparently hurt by a statement on behalf of women farmers in the Kisan Andolan. The CISF Kulvinder Kaur is currently sitting in the commandant's room. That is the story. Right now, we are breaking it. Actor turned politician Kangana Ranaut slapped by CISF's Kulvinder Kaur, and this happened because, according to what reports we are getting, is that Kulvinder was allegedly very hurt after Kangana's statement on behalf of women farmers in the Kisan Andolan. My colleague Kabir Naqvi is live from the newsroom on this incident. Kabir, I mean, I'm sorry, but considering that I have seen a lot of politics in this country owing to my age, not anything else, what kind of a bias is this? We saw this kind of bias, many years ago, and owing to today, which is 6th of June, what is really going on?
Absolutely. I mean, the VIP culture is something that, people have been calling out for the longest time. But then again, this is a member of parliament recently elected from Mandi, Kangana Ranaut. As a matter of fact, on News9 Live, we were the first people to ask that question to Kangana Ranaut, whether she was going to take part in electoral politics or not. She said the time is right now, but she has been making, headlines for all various reasons with her, many have said obnoxious statements or stands on various issues across the country. This time around, it seems like sketchy details that are still coming out. She's en route Delhi on that Vistara flight. The slapping incident took place at about 3:30 p.m. Sudha. In the afternoon, Kulvinder Kaur, a CISF personnel, allegedly slapped the member of parliament, the actress-turned-politician Kangana Ranaut. A close aide of Kangana Ranaut, it seems from the sources, what sources are telling us right now is that a close aide of Kangana Ranaut also made an attempt to hit back at Kangana Ranaut, at Kulvinder Kaur, the CISF personnel that had actually slapped Kangana Ranaut. And the commandant of the CISF was clearly upset with this entire situation. What we're also picking up is that Kulvinder Kaur, the picture of that CISF personnel that towards the right side of the screens that you can see for all the viewers out there, she is currently in the commandant's office, is what we're picking up from our sources in Chandigarh. The incident took place at Chandigarh airport. It seems like Kangana Ranaut was traveling to the national capital. Let's not forget all the NDA members of parliament that have recently won the election.
Tell me, is this something that Kulvinder Kaur was provoked because of the statement which was made by Kangana? This is what a lot of people want to know. By Kangana and her entourage to Kulvinder Kaur, or Kulvinder Kaur slapped her owing to what Kangana may have said in the past about the Kisan Andolan and the women farmers?
Right, absolutely. The women's role in the Kisan Andolan, and she's, time and again hit out at the women's role and the extremist elements during, the farmers' agitation as well. It's not the first time that Kangana Ranaut has taken such a stand, but what exactly was uttered, in specific details is something that we'll have to wait and find out at the moment. But our sources from Chandigarh have told us, in proper details that 3:30 p.m. is when the slapping incident actually took place. We're still trying to get in touch with people from, the Chandigarh airport and the CISF at Chandigarh airport for better understanding of exactly what happened before things started to, push under the rug. 3:30 p.m. is when the slapping incident took place. Kulvinder Kaur is the name of the CISF personnel. Kangana Ranaut's statements on women and their role, the women farmers during the farmers' agitation, it seems to be, is the friction flashpoint and the bone of contention. Kulvinder Kaur allegedly slapped Kangana Ranaut. The close aide of Kangana Ranaut tried to hit back at Kulvinder Kaur. As of now, the commandant of the CISF at the Chandigarh airport is not really happy, quite upset with the entire situation. And Kulvinder Kaur, the CISF personnel that allegedly did slap actress-turned-politician Kangana Ranaut, who's recently won the elections from Mandi, made her way into electoral politics, made her way to the parliament from Himachal Pradesh. This is what we're picking up so far. She's en route, the national capital, traveling in a Vistara flight. The incident took place at about 3:30, Sudha. That's the latest that we have at the moment.
But the point is, Kabir, what you said, that Kangana is prone to making provocative statements, maybe. But then I don't think the CISF has any business. No one has a business to lay his or her hand on anybody. It is completely out of line, and particularly CISF, which is there for the security of the people and other issues at the airport. Imagine the one who's supposed to protect you harms you, hurts you, slaps you, shoves you. What kind of a behavior is that?
No, you're absolutely right. And you know what, Sudha, we're also getting a latest visual at the moment. Fresh details are now starting to trickle in. There's a proper video where you can see the CISF person. And all of this happened during the security check now, Sudha. It's again important to see that this happened right at the security check place. Kangana Ranaut, the member of parliament, was traveling to Delhi by UK 707. This is the name and number of the flight. After the security check is when she was going to go for the boarding. That's when LCT Kulvinder Kaur, the CISF personnel and the CISF unit of Chandigarh airport slapped her. And after that, Mr. Mayank Madhur, who is also traveling with Miss Kangana Ranaut, tried to slap Kulvinder Kaur, a close aide of from one of the people in Kangana Ranaut's entourage, like you mentioned. But you're right, the CISF has no business in this particularly. Was it, a pressured event, an incident that took place? Was it motivated or influenced by external factors? Well, we'll have to wait and find out. You're right, CISF should not have any role to play in this particular case. But this happened at the security check when you have tightened security all across, and needless to say, the CISF and the it's an embarrassing situation for them as well.
Absolutely. And let me now, it's so embarrassing for, the governments and also those who are in authority. Let me now go across. I've got 4 experts who were weighing in on BJP's vote share surge in the south. I think it's a good opportunity to ask them. All of them are journalists. They understand what breaking news really means. Mr. Venkat Narayan, sir, what kind of behavior is this, sir? I mean, I am now scared. I mean, CISF can do anything now to slap Kangana Ranaut because of her statement on women's role during the Kisan Andolan. I mean, someone who's there to protect you harms you?
This is absolutely ridiculous, Sudha. That lady has no business misbehaving with Kangana, even any ordinary individual. I would reckon that strict disciplinary action will be taken against this lady, if not dismissed.
Vijay Grover, what do you have to say about this? Vijay Grover, you are also with us. I mean, there are two, I mean, I'm not going to sit on judgment or comment on Kangana's, proclivity to provoke other people. She's a traveler. She's traveling through an airline. She has to go through security checks. And imagine someone turns around and slaps you.
Well, see, Sudha, this is, the downside of, being very aggressive on the social media. And this is something where we are seeing, these kind of offline attacks happen to a lot of people who are otherwise very vocal on online platforms. And that's precisely the case over here. We've seen the kind of tweets that Kangana Ranaut gave out during the farmers' agitation or during other issues. And clearly, it has hurt sentiments in the past. I'm not defending Kulvinder Kaur for her behavior, but these are the risks that most of us face, if you get too aggressive or too insensitive.
Arey Vijay, I do. First of all, Vijay, I want you to weigh in on what kind of statements did Kangana Ranaut actually make? I know that she called some of them anti-national, but do you recall?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, we can share the tweets later on, but the fact is, she has been pretty vocal and very strong in her, opinions on the Punjabi and, the farmers' agitations, using words like Khalistanis in the past, and that is something which...
All right, Vijay, just hold your thoughts, Vijay. We've got some other updates also. Thank you so much for your patience, the experts on the panel today, but we have breaking news. Kangana Ranaut, who's been slapped in Chandigarh by Kulvinder Kaur of CISF. My colleague, Kabir Naqvi, has more details. Kabir, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely, Sudha. This just wanted to apprise the viewers exactly about what we're picking up right now. What you can see on your screens is that video that is now going viral. If I could show and, pinpoint that for all the viewers as well. This is what is happened at the security check at about 3:30 p.m. Now, what I also have with me is exactly what was tweeted by Kangana Ranaut as well, and maybe the panelists on the show could throw some light and diverge on this as well. She had reportedly shared a tweet alleging that the Shaheen Bagh Dadi and quote-unquote Shaheen Bagh Dadi also joined the farmers' agitation over the new farm laws at various border points of the national capital, a statement that she made quite a couple of times as well. Now, Kangana Ranaut retweeted the post with pictures of 2 elderly women, including Bilkis Bano, and wrote that the same Dadi who featured in the Time magazine was available for 100 rupees. Now, putting a price tag specifically on women, just a couple of months back in the run-up to the Lok Sabha elections, you also had Supriya Srinath who used that Mandi slang against Kangana Ranaut and the entire fiasco that came to light as well. Kangana had tweeted, this is that particular tweet, throwing light on the Shaheen Bagh Dadi, and now she has retweeted the post with pictures of 2 elderly women, including Bilkis Bano, and wrote that the same Dadi who featured in the Time magazine was available for 100 rupees. That seems to be bone of contention. This seems to be allegedly the friction point, the flashpoint why Kulvinder Kaur, the LCT of the CISF Chandigarh unit, slapped Kangana Ranaut. You can't see the slap in action on this viral video. And of course, even if we had that viral video, so that just for television hygiene, we would have to blur those portions and
we're getting more visuals right now. I wonder if these are live visuals of Kangana Ranaut. Kabir, where we see Kangana Ranaut now encircled by security personnel. She is making her way through the crowds, and as you know, at 3:30 they want to get her to talk about the incident, but Kangana Ranaut clearly meandering her way through the crowds.
It's going to be very difficult to get a reaction from her at this point in time.
Absolutely, and getting into the car. She's come to Delhi for a purpose, and I'm sure that she doesn't want to talk about the slapgate incident which happened with her at Chandigarh, where apparently one of the CISF personnel, Kulvinder Kaur, slapped her, but then Kangana's member of her entourage also reacted and tried to defend Kangana Ranaut, the actor turned politician. There you have it, first experience. She was on board a Vistara flight. Kabir, more details if you have, please share with us.
Absolutely. It was going to be difficult to get any kind of reaction from Kangana Ranaut, because let's not forget, the main reason why she seems to be in the national capital is that tomorrow there is a big meeting in the central hall of the parliament. And before that meeting, NDA and the allies, the TDP, JDU, their demands, BJP has its own work cut out for it. And amidst all of this, a new fiasco, a new flashpoint. This seems to be the first thing that has been done by Kangana Ranaut for the NDA government, which is now an embarrassing situation, a face-saver sort of a situation for the BJP. She wouldn't talk to the media people right now. NDA's big meeting is going to take place tomorrow, which is why all the members of parliament of the NDA alliance, they are making a beeline to the national capital. And in the run-up to that, because of that tweet, because of that bone of contention, this slapgate has now come to light, certainly won't bear very well for Kangana Ranaut, and on social media it's already a storm. The video has certainly gone viral, Sudha.
Let me go to all the guests who've joined us on the South Indian when this news broke. For those who've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, Kangana Ranaut, the actor turned politician who won the elections from Mandi. She was on her way to Delhi on a flight of Vistara when she was slapped by a CISF personnel, a woman called Kulvinder Kaur, who was apparently very hurt and humiliated because of Kangana Ranaut's reactions and statements in the past about the Kisan Andolan, or rather the farmers' agitation and women farmers' role in it. Let me now go across to Adarsh Unialam, if he's still with us, author and researcher in Kerala. Adarsh ji, I want to bring you, if I can have you on the screen, or your voice at least, so that we can keep watching Kangana visuals. Adarsh ji, how fair is this? How safe is an individual? I know that Vijay said, look, Sudha, you pay a price if you are so active or rather aggressive on social media platforms. Someone is watching you. But CISF, sir, they are supposed to protect us. There have been lots of incidents in the past also, but the thing is that this is really taking it a notch above everything that is called normal, sir. All right, let me now go across to Brijesh Pandey, my colleague, who's also live with us on the Kangana Slapgate incident, where she was slapped allegedly at Chandigarh airport by a CISF personnel called Kulvinder Kaur, who was allegedly very hurt and humiliated because of Kangana's past statements on the farmers' agitation and the role of women farmers. Brijesh, my whole contention on this is that yes, it's a beast, social media, and sometimes it's like a Frankenstein, which will come back to gobble you up. We're riding a tiger, but the point is, I find it preposterous that someone who's supposed to protect you at airports, particularly a CISF personnel, turns around and slaps you.
Well, I think, we are yet to get the details as to exactly what led to this fracas and why that CISF personnel slapped Kangana Ranaut. We'll have to wait and watch, as what we have been also given to understand is that she has been put into protective custody in the room of the commandant, which is the boss of that CISF unit at Chandigarh airport. And I think she would be investigated, she will be grilled and questioned about what exactly were her motive. CCTV footage and all the CCTV camera around will be scanned to find exactly and to ascertain what exactly was the motive of this CISF personnel, whether, as is being said, that motive, that she was hurt about Kangana Ranaut's comment on women farmers during the farmer agitation, or was it something else? Was there a fracas while the bags were checked and all, and this led to this slapgate incident at Chandigarh airport? But I think, as you're saying, the fact is that when you assault a member of parliament, it requires a different set of stringent action. I think strict action will be taken against Kulvinder Kaur. She'll be arrested and most likely, dismissed from the service. But mind you, Sudha, this is not going to be the end of this particular episode, because this particular issue had a lot of emotions running across in Chandigarh, Punjab and Haryana, and she will find a lot of supporters in the state of Punjab and Haryana for what she did. So it's I think it's a very tricky situation right now. But yes, actress MP Kangana Ranaut has been slapped at Chandigarh airport, and this is the big breaking which we are showing to our viewers. So
you know something, CISF is supposed to protect us. They are there for the security and safety of people who are traveling through airports. My whole contention is that you can ideologically be hurt. Today is 6th of June. I don't want to actually bring two things together in the history of India. But the point is that you can have any kind of a grudge, but then when you are in a uniform, the uniform actually supersedes everything that you have, Brijesh Pandey.
Well, it does, Sudha, and this is how it should be. But people say that basically people who are donning the uniform are also human beings. There is no way anybody can condone what that CISF personnel has done. Nobody has the right to slap anybody. You can have all kind of differences of opinion. You can voice in whichever format you want to, but physical violence is definitely not the way forward. And I think she will pay a heavy price for that. I think she will be arrested, and because she has not assaulted an ordinary person as well. She has assaulted a member of parliament, and this will have swift and serious consequences. I think they will do a detailed investigation, scan all the CCTV cameras which are around to make sure as to what exactly led to this fracas which resulted in this Slapgate incident. But I agree with you. I mean, there is no way you can condone this behavior by that CISF personnel. But I was just trying to point to you was that, what might happen later, because, this was an extremely emotive issue. And, Kangana Ranaut, if you remember, also run in with a series of tweets between her and Daljit Dosanjh, who is an famous actor singer and comes from Punjab. So there's it's a lot of emotive. It has a lot of emotive traction in the state of Punjab and Haryana, and I'll not be surprised that that politics erupts over it from tomorrow onwards.
Right, but considering that you have kept a firm eye on stories such as this, Brijesh Pandey, a lot of people are curious as to, that a proper investigation will be taking place first, and then perhaps after ascertaining the motive. Right now they are saying it could be this or it could be that, but are you saying that enough? I mean, by tomorrow we will know where Kulvinder Kaur stands on this issue, whether she will be now debarred, whether she would be, put under suspension, or any kind of reformatory action, as it were.
Well, I think, what will happen, Sudha, is that she has already been taken into preventive custody. She has been detained. She is sitting inside the room of the commandant, as per the information given to us by a reporter from Chandigarh. I think what will happen next is that the commandant will immediately set up an investigation unit. They will scan all the CCTV cameras. They will talk to Kulvinder Kaur. They will try to ascertain what exactly led to this fracas. Was there some sort of behavior by Kangana Ranaut which provoked her, or was she feeling hurt about her, Kangana Ranaut's statement on the agitating farmers? All of this will be factored in. I think next few hours we'll have the detailed report on as to exactly what led to this fracas. I think she will be dismissed from the service and arrested also because Kangana Ranaut, apart from being an actor, is also a member of parliament, and I think a lot of other, it's like assaulting somebody who is on a government duty. It attracts a whole host of legal provisions when that happens. So it'll be interesting to see to the extent to which she will be prosecuted. But yes, I mean, it's a completely a very strange situation, because usually CISF is there to guard the airport. CISF is there for your security, and this particular incident definitely has not worked wonders as far as the image of CISF is concerned. So
if you look at Vijay Grover, who was who of course a panelist on the South Indian, where we were speaking about BJP's surge in vote share, he said, Sudha, there is a price people have to pay for social media. The kind of interactions that you have on social media, where you are showing your aggression more than what is required, where you are also trolled, of course. This you see in the recent of ink being thrown on people, shoe being hurled at people, abusers being hurled. I mean, I think even Palniyappan Chidambaram, you know, ex-finance minister, had to face that. I mean, that's the downside. I mean, do you recall any other incidents where members of parliament or, you know, prominent people, I mean, Kejriwal had to face it as well. So do you think this is the downside of social media, which actually makes you out to be enemies, but you never know who they are?
I don't agree with this thing that, you know, that even if you are at social media or you're famous or you have a completely contrarian view to the established system, that anybody has the right to come and assault you. I mean, this is just absolutely hokum. You know, nobody in his right mind will kind of, you know, support what has happened. I mean, there is no way. If I can have a contrarian view, what will you do tomorrow? Come and slap me. So this is like, you know, this is like saying that I have a right to slap anybody if you don't agree with. So this is. Nobody has to pay any price for being either having a contrarian view than what most people have. Nobody has any don't have to pay any price whatsoever if you know, you are very active or a social media star or something like that. I absolutely disagree with the premise of this argument. You know, she may have a completely different argument. You can counter argue her, but slapping is like, you know, I mean, taking censorship to the second most extreme, from the former being like, you know, you make an attempt on life. So this is absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I'm there. We are on the same page, Mr. Pandey, on that. I want to ask you about what will be the political fallout of this. Look at it. 9th, you know, we've been reporting since morning that 9th is going to be the swearing in. Kangana Ranaut is a newbie, but is a winner. I mean, that really puts her in the top slot, because a lot of dyed in the wool politicians and also ex-ministers from the BJP have lost. What kind of, because, you know, look at it. I mean, right in the beginning, it was Supriya Srinath who targeted her, and now this happens. So, I mean, what kind of a political, fallout will this have?
So this is what I was referring to, you know, when I was trying to answer that question. I think this is going to have a serious political fallout, because the fact of the matter is that, you know, Kangana Ranaut is a celebrity who has taken an extreme contrarian view as far as the entire farmer agitation was concerned. She had some extreme opinion to offer as far as this particular issue is concerned. And you know, this issue had, you know, the BJP on the back foot as well, given the fact that, you know, the politics in Punjab, Haryana and others are concerned. I mean, if an investigation was found out that Kulwinder Kaur had indeed slapped her because of a remark on farmers' agitation, I think tomorrow you'll see a whole host of people getting up and supporting her, because as I was saying, you know, farmer agitation is an extremely emotive issue right now in the state of Punjab. You'll have the Punjab government, you might have, you know, senior political leaders supporting Kulwinder Kaur. You know, she may lose a job, but she may become a big celebrity for the Punjabi, for the Sardar community. So, because, you know, I mean, it had emotions running across the whole of Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, the entire farmers' belt. And if she has done, as this was being told by our, you know, reporter at the first gate, that she was upset over Kangana Ranaut's remark on farmers' agitation, I think, you know, I mean, she will have a lot of political mileage, as I said.
Right, and, you know, even as